When I make a decision, I want to do something, I just go after it. And I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? Because in my head, the gym's there. We've got the lease till 2027. If it all goes wrong, rent a house, go back, do what I was doing. And I think I don't have the embarrassment of going back. I think a lot of people don't take the risk because it's not even if they fail, it's if they have to admit they've failed and how it looks at, it's the same reason why people don't want to downgrade houses. They'd rather struggle financially than buy a smaller house. But I've just got the mindset that worst happens, I'll go back and message everyone and be like, hey, it didn't work in London, I'm back, and that's it. And so I just went all in, and the decision came because, well, my family's from London. I grew up in Stratford, and I'd always had one eye on going back. My girlfriend got a job at Deloitte, so kind of things were aligning. But from a lifestyle point of view, it's like reverse engineering. What I always done, and I've always been guilty of, building a business and adapting my life around the business. Whereas now, maybe it's being post 30, I'm not sure. I want to build my life, set that out how I want it to look in a perfect scenario, and then create the business that allows me to live that life.
Right. That's something that we've been...
And that meant going online, unfortunately. That meant I couldn't have the freedom of time and travel if I've got to be in a gym 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was about building the business that allowed me to live the life I want, and that meant going online.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful, man. I see a lot of like risk taking. Is that the fighter in you though?
Because you take a lot of risks.
Is that the fight? like it's to me, I get it. It's like you're speaking my language, but I just know it's not the language of the majority.
So I've done a lot of. I'm very interested in mindset and all these kind of things. So I've done a lot of therapy sessions just to find out, like, why do I make certain decisions? Like, why do I think the way I do? And it's interesting because I've got a mindset coach at the minute, and he says it's something actually he wants me to do less of, which sounds weird because every time I've taken a risk, it's accelerated me on somewhere else. But he said I'm addicted to the feeling of overcoming a risk. So he says what you actually sometimes might even be doing is almost self-sabotaging a little bit. So then you're in a position of, it's fight or flight now, it's sink or swim. And the feeling that you get of getting out of it and telling people about it, you're addicted to. He's like, if you want to have the sustainability and, have the business you want, you have to be comfortable with never being in a rock bottom place again. And for me, that's hard. So I'm trying to rewire that, but I think that's where it comes from a little bit. And I think, going back to what I said earlier, it comes from a place of, I'm not scared of having nothing because I've done it before. Like, I know I'll survive.